I'm Tanesha.
And I'm Kiara.
And you're now entering the sister chat. Welcome to Main Event Mamas. Oh, whoa.
Yeah,
Why do
no
I
whoop
sound like
whoop
I'm
this
sick?
week for
You're the one
me,
who's
right?
sick.
I was gonna say no whoop whoop for me this week because we got conserve. But we missed you last week. I know I missed everybody last week, and I missed recording. But we're still working on getting better. So just bear with us as I do the job, of getting better. So
Somehow you transferred to the deep voice over here to me because I was fine a second ago.
I know, right? I was like, sorry, no upper register today. We're gonna keep it right where we are. But we're kicking it off. But before we do that, because I didn't want to forget this,
Of course.
because for all those people who sent well wishes, thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you for bearing with us. I know y'all missed a whole week of so much wrestling content. There were so many thoughts that needed to be shared, including our picks for like AAA. We didn't get a chance to do that. You know what I mean? But it was a great week in wrestling. Like, I mean, this whole week, I'm just gonna tell y'all this is gonna be a long one because we got a lot to talk about, and we're picking up a couple other promotions this time. So much to talk about. And before we do that, I want to remind you that this is your opportunity to hit that subscribe button on whatever platform you are listening on. If you are on YouTube, please hit that bell. If you are on Spotify, go ahead and hit that follow. I don't know what it is for Apple, Tanesha. What you do there? Do you follow? Do you like? Like, how does that work? We don't know. Anyway, go ahead and subscribe. That's essentially this is the whole game. It's subscribe, and we appreciate you.
I'm like, I do follow 2 people, but I don't remember what I did.
Okay.
Put me
Well,
on the
let's hit
spot.
up.
I'm like, girl, I don't know.
I don't know why I asked her. I'm sorry. All right, let's hit this Streets Are Talking segment. All right. Oh my God, y'all. The internet exploded yesterday because the WWE done started some drama in the whole internet community. Not just WWE. No. We were in conniptions all over the entire internet wrestling community. And I got problems, and I'm about to tell y'all what it is. So we're going to talk about Peacock, ESPN. So not too long ago, we told y'all about this ESPN deal and how we was not excited about picking up another platform. Well, surprise, it's happening much sooner than we imagined. It's actually happening right after Clash in Paris, which is the last PLE to stream on Peacock. Well, this is because Peacock had met their quota of PLE events for main roster. So they needed somewhere else to go. And of course, and immediately ESPN was like, yeah, come on over here, help us launch our streaming channel. We're excited. What the is what I said, okay? Because I was getting ready to hit that unsubscribe button for Peacock because, I mean, times is hard. But I was excited because I was like, I mean, technically, according to what they said last time, if you have ESPN, as I do, as part of my Hulu package, there's no further money needed. You know what I'm saying? And therefore, I could save a couple bucks. Well, that's not quite what we found out yesterday. So alongside this announcement that the 20th of September pay-per-view, Wrestlepalooza, brand new one, in case y'all didn't catch that too, brand new one, is going to premiere on the ESPN network. And then all the rest of the ones will too. So we're talking about War Games, Survivor Series, and then we have, what's the one before that? Do you remember?
Before Palooza?
No, before War Games. So it's in October.
Palooza
Anyway,
is in
I can't remember
September.
right now. I can't remember. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. We're going to chalk it up to being sick. So the whole point is now it's moved up, right? So yippee skippy. Well, Peacock probably realized that we was all about to hit that unsubscribe button. And they was about to lose hella people. Now, this is not to say I like lots of Peacock shows. I mean, I'm a big Law and Order person. I mean, I was big on like most of their stuff. However, Peacock was like, oh, hell no. And they decided to just go ahead and let us know that they worked out a deal with WWE to continue new main roster programming. And what is it going to be?
NXT.
Saturday Night Main Event.
Oh.
But also, you're not wrong. You're also not wrong. NXT PLEs will continue to air on Peacock. So I just want to ask a really important question.
Where do you think this money's coming from?
That too. Yes. Where do you think this money's coming from? Question number 2. How many damn apps are we going to need just for WWE? Because y'all doing the most. And I feel y'all are significantly overestimating my commitment to the game. Because that's y'all asking for a lot for somebody who doesn't stream. I mean, fortunately for y'all, I'm a little bit of a media person, so I got a lot of stuff. But we was trying to cut back. Like, where are we at now?
I mean, because it sounds like we should just go to TNA and AEW, even though how I don't really have questions and concerns about.
We're gonna talk about AEW, but here's the thing: TNA is also looking for a TV deal. Because I want to remind you, like, I had to join TNA, plus, or we, as main event mamas, had to join it in order to watch Emergence after the fact, because we were late. And then also to watch the weekly TV. There's no other way for me, at least, to see it.
But at least they have their own network thingy.
Oh, so you're saying you miss WWE Network?
I mean, I do. Like, at least everything was there. Like, they still have the WWE Network for other stuff. Like, because I can still log in and it still works. You just can't get like pay-per-views and stuff like that, but you can still get in there.
I feel like there's a lot more questions to this. Like, what happens to the library, right, of all the shows?
Well, that's on Peacock right now.
Right, but like, when the deal is up, will it stay there? Like, this is what I'm saying. WWE has really got to tighten up on their PR, because this crazy. The internet knew before they had, they announced anything. And then we always have 900 more questions because no one ever has the information that we need. So I just need them to do a better job moving forward. And also, I'm a little annoyed because now, I guess it doesn't change anything for me per se, since I already have Peacock and Hulu. But for you, my love, like, now you got to figure out where we watching the PLEs.
If anybody who's going to get the ESPN thing, you want to share your login with me? Sure. Just drop that in the email, and that will help me a lot, because I don't know.
You could just reach out on social media and we could get you sorted with the right kind of support, because I'm right just be honest, like,
to be honest, I mean, now granted, okay, hold on. In hindsight, me getting ESPN would probably not be a bad thing, because I actually like sports.
You do.
So it doesn't hurt. And then, especially I like watching basketball. I love watching me some football. Football season started kind of preseason, but like, so yes. So for me, yes, but
it's a little pricey.
How many? Like,
I know. I was trying to cut back. Now it's making me wish we just had cable again. But I will say,
I'm thinking about it. Listen, I've been on the fence of cable. I'm like, should I get cable again? Should this? I mean,
I basically have cable
because I'm at this point. I'm tired. I got too many subscriptions. I got one subscription over here, so I can get all these channels that I want. That's not on the other channel, but it's less money. It's $25, or I think it went up to $26. But it doesn't matter. I can still get the cable TV that I want, right? and then YouTube TV is ridiculously too expensive.
Yeah, so is Hulu Live, if you want to know.
It's almost like I should have a cable subscription at this point.
Yeah, Hulu Live is expensive as hell too. And the only reason I kept it is because I also kind of love Hulu and I always like the catalog. But like, I'm at this point now where, I mean, I don't know how y'all lives are working, but the ways ours is working, we need to start cutting back because, prices is pricing.
Or I need to find a money tree.
I agree. We need a money tree. All right, next story. Because, that one took a whole whopping 10 minutes to unpack. All right, we're going to talk about Naomi. It did. I mean, like, come on now, girl. Like, that was a lot to go through. I told you I went through like 3 articles. Big shout out to Fightful for getting me some more information because I didn't know. So it was a lot. All right, so let's talk about Naomi. Big news this week.
Oh, yes.
Big news.
Yes.
That she announced that she's pregnant and obviously going to be taking some time away from the ring. There was a lot of speculation last week, so sorry, we didn't hop on the bandwagon. because I don't really believe it's our job to speculate about that kind of thing.
And it's
Medical
also,
things are,
but it's
for
also
me.
too, what happened to letting people announce when they're ready?
Yes, which is what we
Because
discussed, by the way, in our recent blog. If you haven't taken a moment to read it, this
I
one's for
guess,
you, Naomi.
yes, appreciate you, Naomi. I mean, I love that we are, that you follow, that you are liking what we do. I know I said I was going to share the video of me, Naomi, but I feel like I'm gonna keep that to myself because it's one of those, like, that should be a moment
Mm-hmm.
for me, and of course, my sister. But it's like I don't think I should share that with everybody. Like we need to normal.
Normalize.
Thank you. Not sharing everything, learning how to keep some things private,
Agreed.
and also allowing, especially a woman, to
That.
decide when they're ready to announce it. Not to speculate. Not, yes, I get it. Granted, it was like, whoa, why are you not coming back? But then again, it makes sense. But y'all could have sat here and said she injured herself while she was doing that scooter thing. So then it could have been a surprise because that's what they kept pushing. Because I was like, oh, well, maybe she really hurt herself doing it. I was like, girl, did you fall? Like, what, did you hit your head? What you do? Like,
Yeah.
We have to be, this culture of having to know everything about everybody has to die down in some regards. And especially, I guess I'm speaking from a woman who's had miscarriages and who's been pregnant, or who didn't have people who were happy that I was pregnant at one point, or whatever the case is. Like, we don't know. We know bits and pieces of her story, of what she has shared, what she has told us. She didn't have to tell us that. But they were having questions and asking, and she was having a real conversation with herself as in understanding what's going on. And the fact that they were able to conceive naturally through all her medical issues that she was having with her body is truly amazing, which means that child is blessed and covered and all this great stuff.
Miracle
Uh,
baby.
it's one of those things, like, this baby was supposed to be here. Like, I even saw somebody post, oh, well, she said she's 7 weeks along. So that means 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, this was happening. And it was like, so what?
I
Our
want to
bodies
remind
do
y'all,
our
we do
bodies do so many
amazing
things.
things.
Yeah, our
Right.
body do so many things. And, you know, it's one of those things that this baby was supposed to be here. But once again, I just want to normalize, just stress that again. Normalizing, letting people tell when they are ready. Because she could have sat here and lied and not told y'all she was pregnant. She could have said, I had an injury and I'm about to have surgery, and go about her business. And I have to relinquish the title. And then y'all would feel stupid. But then when she does come out, they're like, oh, but why you had to hide it? Because she has a right. Because this is the other thing. This news was so huge that it was covering angles in social media spots that I didn't think it would ever cross into. The shade room, on the news, on, like, it became a whole
BET.
thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
BET, it
Everywhere.
became a whole thing, which also shows how love and invested we are in Naomi, which is amazing. And I also appreciate that WWE, because that was the best promo ever to bring that in, and her stay in character in the
Yes.
process of telling you what's happening was the best thing ever. And I can see WWE like, oh, we want to show you that we appreciate you. We here. The door is going to be open when you come back. Like, we're here. And that's good that they do that. But it's just like, now, are y'all going to leave her alone? Is she going to be able to have this healthy pregnancy? Or now are y'all going to be following her to try to get the first pictures of her baby bump? Are y'all going to be like,
Oh my
like,
God. Please don't do that.
and that's what I'm saying. The span of social media, and granted, it gives us this platform for us to be able to talk and do what we do. But still, like, hopefully we can respect people's privacy. And when you give me the statement of, well, if they wanted to be private, they should have been public. No, we have to remember they people too. Like, when I saw her, yes, I was full of emotions because she was a person, but the same token, she took a chance that no one has taken really on us in a way of, with that stature, of understanding and actually being excited. Like, I made sure y'all a clip, but I mean, like, to see how excited she was, is like, oh, you are her, and I got to meet you, and I can't wait. Like, you can sense that, like, if my sister was there, she would be even more excited, and to be able to meet us, because we made an impact on her in a way that we probably didn't know we were going to.
And we were glad to, right? To show some
Yes.
appreciation and some love. And
Yeah.
I think that's one of the things I appreciate about this platform the most is that sometimes I felt like, and I've said this before, I felt like our voices were not really heard. There's other people who love other things, but there's a unique perspective that I think different people can provide to a situation. And our love for Naomi, I'm sure everyone loves her, but maybe you don't love her quite like we do, right? Like, and maybe we don't have the opportunity because, again, WWE is so focused on the bright and the shiny and the new that
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I think a lot of our favorites get lost in the sauce, right? So to be able even to have that opportunity to talk about how proud we were of her and winning that title. But not only that, I'm just proud of the grace and the heart that she
Yes.
showed even announcing something like this. Cause I remember when I was pregnant, like it came out of nowhere. And I definitely didn't tell nobody except her. Probably. I didn't tell anybody because I was just like, I am
Well,
not
first off, she
sure
could
how I
not
felt.
tell me, because I knew something was up.
There's that.
Be like this.
That's true. But also,
Yeah.
like, ultimately, there's something really special in that moment. And when you know that your life is about to change forever, but when you also factor in just her fertility journey and thinking that this would never happen for you, there is just something very
Naturally.
uniquely human
Mm-hmm.
and important to me. And I do want to make sure we continue to protect her privacy because this is a high risk pregnancy. And I very much want us, as much as we're going to miss her, and as much as we love her, we still going to see Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? He going to be there. Big Jim, you did the job. My guy, you did the job.
Netflix
Um,
and chill, like she said.
he reminded me very much of my husband's reaction. Like, oh, I'm so excited. I was like, what the? I remember that reaction where you're like, "Oh, I'm so happy you're happy because I'm evaluating 17 other things right now that I was not prepared for." But I'm just happy for them. Overall, I'm really excited for this next journey for Naomi, and I can't wait to see. Like, I can't wait till she gets to the end of it and she announces this baby and we get
Whenever
to
she's ready.
see
Whenever she's
pictures
ready
whenever
to
she's
do that.
ready,
Yeah,
of
for
course.
sure.
Like, I certainly don't want us to be the first. Clearly, her family also. Could y'all have let her family had time to find out while y'all was in her business? Like, I mean, Jimmy talking about he had to call his daughter and be like, I gotta talk to you real quick. Like, I was like, sometimes I miss growing up in the age of no social media because if I didn't tell you, you didn't know. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's really important to have that privacy and that opportunity to embrace and love that time in your life, especially because it's your first time. It's a very special moment and it is crazy. And I'm so glad there are no pictures because sis, the way I was looking when I was pregnant, like, ooh, girl. We lived a little, we learned a little, but at that time, we was looking rough all day, every day. All right, so I just want to wrap that up and tell Naomi that we're really excited for you and we're really happy you're taking this time and we want you to take your time. And we'll be here cheering you on when you come back or when you don't. Or, in the meantime, whenever you want to do, we'll be supporting you all along the way.
Yeah, I mean, just to finish that thought, I just want to also, I think we didn't give Jim his good props for how he was being protective
Yes.
and also being, what's the word?
Supportive?
Supportive, but no, as in like reminding her of who she is, and
Yeah.
in the process, even like in that interview, he kept like just reassurance. There you go. I was like, I knew if I kept talking, the word's gonna come. Reassuring her everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be all right. And to see the love that he has for her, to see how proud he is of her. I think we also don't acknowledge how much that also plays a part in you,
In your
is
journey.
having
Right.
on your journey, is having a supportive partner who's actually supportive,
And
not just by his
excited,
words.
but
Yes,
just in his actions.
just in
Yeah.
his actions. And like I said, just keep reassuring her and also telling us, hey guys, keep it, like, don't be up in these comments talking crazy, because she was really thinking about y'all. And to even think that maybe in her head she may have thought about, well, maybe I can't do this right now because I'm on this run, and thinking psychologically, I'm not saying, I'm hoping she never did, but we all go through those periods, right? Of, oh no, what I'm about to do. Wait, can
Is
I
it
do
the
this
right
right now?
time?
Is it the right time? I don't know. I'm going through this. And she was on the run, but how he kept reminding her, oh no, when you come back, you gonna get back on this trail. Like
Yeah.
this is not gonna end. So I just want to give him his props.
Yeah.
For being that supportive partner.
And I think that babies make you better. Like I can certainly tell you, like,
With the
and
right
I
person.
with even with the wrong person, because it's a different relationship,
You're
I
right, you're right, you're
think,
right.
with your own personal child and whether you decide to have them or not. But my thing was, like, my kids are a reminder. They're always a driving force. They're always motivation, even when I want to strangle them. And the motivation is to not commit homicide. Like, it's just something very unique and special. And I know she experienced some of that when you get to be a stepmom,
Yes.
but there's something very different when you're like, I got to push this thing out, y'all. It's a whole different experience. And I'm excited for her. That's all. I'm excited.
That's it. That's all. So we are, stay healthy, stay as positive as you can. It's going to
Enjoy
become
all
the
your snacks,
all
girl.
girl, enjoy the snacks, okay? Enjoy those. Embrace it.
And I
Okay,
hope your baby
don't
is
listen to
better
these
than
people
mine and
talking
lets
about like you
you.
can't indulge. Indulge.
Yes. And I hope your baby's not like my second one. Well, not like my first one, who decided I couldn't have anything sweet and it was awful. And I had to, like, throw up all the time anytime I had anything that was not planted in health and wellness. And that was an experience. I will tell you, that kid loved pineapple. Still does. And all the vegetables, less so as a teenager, but
But yeah, just as we wrap this up, Naomi, just enjoy the highs and the lows that comes with pregnancy, with your body changing. I know you're going to have that support. He's going to remind you how awesome and beautiful you are as you're thinking why am I this way? And, and going with the ebb and flows of the hormones. And it's not an easy journey.
no.
However, it's a
Yeah.
worthy journey. So we're here, and we wish you a safe, healthy pregnancy, delivery, and
And a happy
recovery.
one. That's right.
Yes,
And a happy one.
absolutely. A happy one as well. Yes.
So that being said, some other stuff happened this week too.
Yes.
So we're gonna talk a little tiny itty bitty about the fact that TNA had Emergence. And that was an awesome PLE. Pay-per-view. God, now I'm gonna have problems with these different
What's the difference?
these
At this
terms
point, what's the difference?
based on different company. I mean, I had to pay for TNAs. So no,
Yes,
I
I
didn't. No, I
remember.
didn't.
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't. It was
No.
how I got to TNA Plus, I think. I don't know. Anyway, I also saw it late. So actually, that's not true. I didn't have to pay. And they also had a free streaming opportunity, which if I had remembered, I would have took advantage of. So, but Trick, still TNA World Champ. So we'll get into that later. Another story. This one's from AEW, which I thought was really interesting. So let's talk about Danhausen.
Yes.
So basically, to give you a breakdown on the situation, AEW wrestler, sorry. He is basically being held hostage. Now, this is a bit extreme for how actually it is, but I just want to say it like that.
Okay.
So he's a wrestler who was out for injury. And what they did is they added time to his contract. Now, this is not new. This has happened with several people, including, I believe, Penta. Oh, no, Penta's brother, Ray Phoenix. Felix. Phoenix?
Phoenix.
God, I am struggling today.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm sorry. My memory is not the best when
It's
you're
okay.
recovering for sickness. But anyway, they did the same thing to him. So it's not new. However, it brings back the conversation a lot about this happening with AEW. But what I find really fascinating about this is that I think everyone does this. Like, I don't know why it's necessarily one of the things that makes everyone so angry, except to say, I do think that when wrestlers are out, they still get paid. So I'm like, if you're getting paid while
I
you're
didn't know they
out,
still got paid.
Yeah, I believe most of these contracts allow for, I think we were looking it up for Naomi's case in that particular, but I think a lot of these wrestlers get paid even when they're out on injury based on like their contract terms. I don't
Okay.
know if that's everybody, but I'm like, based on the ones that I'm
Unless, I
familiar
mean,
with,
it happened at work and you have it in your contract that you get workers' comp or something.
I don't think they will do workers' comp for contractors
Mm.
because they're
Okay.
contractors. This is why like a contract is pretty valuable in a lot of ways. But
I'm learning.
anyway,
I'm learning.
so yeah, I was like, from my understanding. Now, feel free to contradict me if y'all think I'm wrong, because I am open to learning if I'm wrong. But I think it is basically a contract by contract situation. Either way, I think it kind of makes sense if you're paying them while they're out to kind of hold them to their contract a little longer. I think the biggest issue is that they're not being used. And so, like I said, this happened a lot. I think it happened with Miro. I'm pretty sure it happened with other wrestlers in AEW too. I think Cody was off for a little bit before he
But
stopped.
didn't Cody like start AEW or no?
Yes. He
Okay.
started it with I believe the Young Bucks. But I am always curious why this particular story gets so much buzz. I mean, I get it in the sense of I want to work and I can't work cuz like you're not doing anything for me creatively. But I'm like, but if you're still getting paid, I mean, I hate to say go find a hobby, but like wrestling ain't allowed for everybody forever. So it can't hurt for you to go do other things. Cause I believe, didn't Nikki Cross and Chad go get like advanced degrees while they were still sometimes going to work, not always going to work? So I'm like, I'm trying to understand what the biggest issue is, except that people want out of their contract sooner, and there are people who are not allowing it. But I think if you look at it from a business perspective, it makes sense if I'm shelling out this amount of money for you. I think Punk had this issue too, except his contract's a little different. He negotiates his a little differently, and that they weren't using him, but he couldn't quite leave yet. And I think they build this in a little bit to avoid like somebody jumping ship too early. This
Mm-hmm.
doesn't happen when people's contracts run out though, right? So when your contract's over, you can go. If they released you, you have between 30 to 90 days before you can move on. But in this circumstance, you're still in your contract. And it's my understanding, I think he asked for his release, but no company is under obligation to allow you an out of the contract, considering that they've been paying you. So I just want people, like, while we're out there having all these thoughts and feelings, you need to
Mm-hmm.
remember, like, it's a business. And
Mm-hmm.
so if I'm paying you, whether I'm using you or not, you still get a check. So it's not as though I'm holding you hostage and you ain't got no money. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't get it. It's a little bit of a privilege solution. I mean, issue to me, and that like people just don't understand contracts. But that's one of the biggest news stories is people are like, let him out, let him be free, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, is he still making
Mm-hmm.
money? Because if he is, I mean, my guy, enjoy your time. You know what I mean? Enjoy
I
your
mean, let
time
me
at
tell you
home
something. If I was
and
still
plan
getting
for
money,
your
I was still getting money.
right?
You won't hear nothing from me, homie. I'll be quiet like a church mouse and gladly take that money until my contract is over. Like if
That's
we
true.
come to renegotiation, you be like, do you want to stay here? Absolutely not. It was fun. It was real.
It was fun. It was
Let me
real.
out my contract.
Uh, sorry. I was texting my husband. Now I'm recording. But no, for real. I agree with you. I agree. I'm like, I could
I'm
like,
not even paying attention to what you're doing.
I know. She's like, I'm still talking. I don't care. All right. It's cool. It's cool. I'm really telling the people at home who wonder why I keep looking away. I was just texting. So I agree with you. I'm like, if I could get paid to sit at home and do nothing, I'd do it. I mean, there's a lot of things to life beyond work. And I think people forget that. Like, it's just a real and important situation. All right. So beyond that, let's talk about WWE and AEW and this war ramping up. Okay.
Oh,
I don't know how you be missing all these news stories. Anyway,
because I be looking at food. I'm now becoming a foodie, so I'll be looking at food and stuff. So I don't be paying attention to all
you
the
need to carve out a little time to the wrestling, just to dirt sheets or something. I need to carve out some time. Anyway, so this was actually about Wrestlepalooza, though we didn't know what it was called at the time.
right. I'm about to say, like, even at the time, when if this is if this is a story, I think you think talking about, we didn't know what WrestlePalooza was.
Mm-mm.
They trademarked that name. They trademarked another name, and I don't even think they used the other name. I don't even know what's happening with that name that they trademarked.
I mean, that's why they trademark it, so they can use it at a future time.
Right.
But here's the thing.
Go
The
ahead,
story essentially
tell
is
me.
that we're
This
doing
pretty
this
much
again,
is
whereas counter programming. So we have All Out's pay-per-view on September 20th, and now we have WrestlePalooza on September 20th.
so they're literally
So
doing WCW and WWE
all
just like
over
how you had
again.
to figure out if you watching Nitro or if you watching Raw. You be like, nah, I'm watching
Well, this
both.
is different because here's what I think is really interesting, and I'm a little hee-heeing at it because
Okay.
you have to remember for AEW's pay-per-views, you pay to see this event. For WWE, it tends to be built into a service you may or may not already have, like we just discussed, right? So I'm like, it's a little different, I feel, because
Back then.
when it's built into a service that you might already be using, it's nothing for you to turn the TV on. You know what I mean? It's nothing
Okay.
for you to just be like watching it anyway. Whereas
Right.
me in particular, I need to think about whether I'm going to buy the pay-per-view because it's not built into Max. You know what I'm saying? It's not built into Amazon Prime. Like I have to shell out additional money for it. So I have to consider what I'm getting for that deal. And, for me, that's where I struggle a little bit because I'm like, well, if I already have, like again, since I already have ESPN built in to my Hulu Live situation, it's nothing for me to just turn it on.
Okay.
Same thing about Peacock. Nothing for me to turn it on. It's not going to cost me anything extra. And so I think that also plays a role in the buys or the views, right? It's because like the accessibility is a little bit different. That being said, like we've said a million times before, nobody cares. Like, I mean, all is fair in love and war. You know what I'm saying? Like all is fair in love and war. So I don't know why you guys insist on keep on talking about this. The other issue was that previously AEW has been against NXT. Like instead, so this is the first time it's like main roster versus AEW. And I'm like, we're still in the same bucket, people. I don't care.
Okay, but wait, can we talk about real quick WrestlePalooza? I know we
Yes.
getting off. I'm getting off track, but
It's
it just
fine.
popped in my head because it's like WrestlePalooza. I read somewhere they talking about it's supposed to be like ECW, and I was like, I'm confused now.
Where you read that at?
I read it somewhere. Somewhere on Instagram it was talking about WrestlePalooza.
Listen, that ain't how WWE work. Okay,
I know
like,
that's what I was. But no, but then hold on, because then it would make sense. Let's just hear me out. Then it would make sense with doing the counter of WrestlePalooza and AEW because AEW is a little crazy, little sometimes extreme, like extreme.
Yeah.
Okay, so it would make sense if they're trying to go against.
So you're like
AEW.
extreme against extreme type of thing.
I ain't gonna. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a couple of extreme type stuff. Now, I'm not going to say they're going to go the lengths that AEW is. Okay.
Well, see, here's why. I want to say this one piece.
Okay.
WrestlePalooza, and I wanted to double check, so that's why I was looking.
Okay.
That it used to be a ECW event.
Okay.
And remember, when they purchase a lot of these organizations, these promotions, they are able to take the names like, Bash at the Beach. And
okay, so
like
then that makes sense then.
Yes. So I was like, this is why, like, Great American Bash, I don't say Bash at the Beach because I think AEW did that one. But, yeah, I think they did.
But then, wasn't WCW, weren't they the ones who had the bashes? It was like the bash.
They had the bash,
summer bash,
whatever.
and the other bash, and whatever bash.
I was like, no one's going to do Hog Wild. What's going to do that?
No, because that implies way too much. I don't think that's the...
No one's going to do that.
It's no longer a family-friendly title.
But yeah, no. So that's why. To answer your question, I think that's why you say it's going to be more like ECW, which actually leads us into some stuff. I just have one more thing to share with you guys about the streets are talking. But WrestlePalooza was initially an ECW event, and that's why they're taking it. And I think it's a good idea. Now that what you just said, nah, they're not doing that because WWE very much likes to be a family-friendly product. Now, I did watch AEW this week, and I have thoughts. because I
Okay.
got some stuff to share because OMG. But I think there's also something to say. This is one of the reasons I did like buying AEW pay-per-views, which is why I may be doing that again next weekend, is for one, to share my thoughts with you guys. And for two, because it's insane. Every time. It's insane. Like, you spend the entire time screaming.
At some point,
you're a little, like, shocked and, like, little. I mean, it was always exciting. And I would always be able to draw my husband in. Like, he's like, what the? Every time. Whereas, like, you don't get that same thought all the time from WWE. Like, he'll be like, I know what this is. But AEW, he's like, what the hell are you watching? There's thoughts and feelings about that. So, yeah, that's to answer your question. But like I said, to wrap that up, who cares? I mean, that's half the game. And to be fair, AEW spends some time talking about WWE. They've recently gotten away from that. I think partly because they realize it's in a whole different league. Like, you have to understand, WWE is not a promotion. It's an enterprise corporation situation. Like, it's not the same thing. And so I really would appreciate people for understanding the differentiation, because the way that WWE is ran is more like a corporation, whereas AEW is more like a promotion. And I think it's similar more to like a TNA than it would be, WWE, because they have all these partners and stakeholders, and like, it's easier for them to get these partnerships with ESPN technically because of their affiliation with the parent company for UFC, and that's a proven commodity. So it's like, it's not the same, guys. It's not the same. Check your facts. That being said, last story. You ready?
Okay. Yeah, I'm ready.
You know what I enjoyed the most last weekend? Triplemania.
Oh, I was like, this is.
I know I was sick, but I also watched Triplemania because it was amazing. And I wasn't the only one, because 4.3 million other people joined me.
Yes. That's the power of
or
free
2.9 something.
That's the
whatever.
power of free TV and great promotion.
It is. And it's not just that, it's star power. Because
I mean, that
it
too.
was.
Yes,
I mean, we're
it
going
was
to talk about it
definitely-
when we get into the
Yeah.
wrestling stuff, which is coming next. But like, this was hella fun to watch. And I thought, like, in the first 24 hours, 4.3 million viewers watched it, and had a live concurrent audience over 614,000 people, which is really remarkable because, we never watch nothing at the same time. Like, we all, like, except maybe Love Island's finale. I think that was, we probably
Okay, let's not talk about that, because I got bamboozled into that, okay? And I don't even watch Love Island, and all of a sudden, by the end of it, I was like,
I get it. You don't like it. Anyway, but the point is, like, it was incredible. It set a lot of records. It did incredibly well. From a point of view, it had over 19,000 attendees. It had social engagements and merchandise sales, all new records. Like, it was really the number one trending topic in both the US and Mexico, for good reason, if you watched it. It was great. So I just, all that to say, like, I enjoyed the hell out of it. I can't wait for more events, and we're going to get detailed into all the matches that I thought were just phenomenal later. All right, wrapping up. Let's move on to just our wrestling recaps.
Let's do it, wrestling recaps.
Okay, let's start with WWE, because we got a lot to talk about. Oh my God, y'all, there will be chapters for y'all, because you're gonna need them to get through wherever you might want to go. Okay, so let's talk about Smackdown briefly. Sami Zayn officially announced that he joined Smackdown, which, sidebar, actually. Hold on. Wasn't that what Seth offered him last time?
I was saying that in my head, but I was like, I'm that one go.
Like, I thought about this when I was like, just now, and I think maybe last week, I was like, anyway, had he taken Seth's deal, he would have ended up here sooner. But here we are, since apparently there's no damn draft this time, is that, people are doing willy-nilly at all times, and we're just enjoying.
Sometimes you got to do it that way. I'm
I'm going to say something, but I'm going to hold that thought. Anyway, so... So Sami teamed.
No, go ahead. Share with the audience.
Here's the thing. Anyway, we'll come back to that.
No, get it. Here's the thing. What is the thing?
I mean, I feel like they need another TV show. I keep saying this. Like, I feel like with all the things going on,
Need a
they
midday?
need another TV show.
Midweek? Wrestling midweek.
And I say this very with lots of trepidation because your girl, it's a lot trying to watch all these shows each week. But like, I mean, I feel like they need another show because I'm missing that third hour of Smackdown desperately.
But that's for Raw. But yeah, no, I mean, I hear you. I mean, they can go back to the days when we had it. We had Monday Night Raw.
Mm-hmm.
We had Tuesday or whatever, SmackDown. I don't remember what days it was on. Then we had Sunday Heat.
Oh, yeah. Smackdown, I think, was on Friday. It was usually Friday or Thursday, but usually Friday.
But then we had one more show, and Sunday Heat. Oh, it seems like Sunday always was the craziest one. It was like, what is happening? And they were like for an hour, maybe the hour and a half.
I mean, I hate to say this, and I'm sure Triple H should be like, F you. But like, I think they need another like TV show because there's so much happening that things get lost from week to week.
Back to Sami. So Sami is now on SmackDown.
Yes.
Which technically he could have went a long time ago and not been doing this feud with Cross. But technically, you know.
Well, since they got rid of Cross, there was no need to.
It was no need for all
continue.
this stuff if they knew they weren't going to. Anyway.
Renew his contract. I agree. Like, what the hell? Like, anyway. Or I'm just going to be mad. Also, because I do think we miss Cross and Scarlett on Raw. Like that, we're going to get to Raw later, but I honestly think that we miss them because of this nonsense, because there's just not enough, I don't want to say star power, but it's not
even that. It's not
the
not
fact that
they don't know what to do.
Energy.
We don't have enough heels. Or the heels that we do have, y'all want to put all your energy in that heel when there's so many things that you could have been doing, especially with Karrion. He could have been the devil on Cody's shoulder to turn him heel. He could have been the devil on John Cena's shoulders trying to say, well, you see how that didn't work out for you. Like, you know, right. He could have had so many devil on the shoulders. Yeah. Right? And then even Scarlett could have started doubling on the shoulder of some female wrestlers, just randomly so you see how they doing you over there? Like I can see her intertwining herself in the Kabuki Warriors and EO thing.
Right?
You understand what I'm saying? But you know, they missed that opportunity.
They don't have the same vision that we have, clearly. No. They don't see it.
They missed that opportunity.
And Scarlett could wrestle. So make it make sense. Like, anyway, I'm sorry.
Yes, we're going back on Sami. I'm so sorry, guys. We went on a tangent, but we needed to talk about that because
I have thoughts.
Because if they were going to put him to SmackDown anyway, we could have avoided all of this, especially if they knew that they weren't going to renew Karrion's role.
Contract. But my thing is, like, again, this is where I'm concerned about this long-term storytelling. Like, are you really telling the longest story, or are you only focusing on the stories you want to tell? Anyhow. Okay. Back to Sami. So he did team with Jacob and Jimmy, and it was hella enjoyable. And they defeated Solo and the MFTs. So that's all, you know.
And he did the werewolf thing.
He did.
I mean, granted, he did the white version of the. But you know what? It's all right. I like Sami. He's seasoned. He's seasoned a little bit. He's seasoned. I take that.
Yes. But all right, let's talk Drew and Cody a bit. Let me tell you this. Drew and what he did to Cody. I mean, and then this week he had the audacity to tell us it was all Cody's fault. Like,
like my kids. Okay, I see that.
I mean, it was clearly Cody's fault, according to Drew. And that was enjoyable as shit too, because I mean, for real, like Drew, the way that Drew tells stories is a real talent. You know what I mean? Like, this is why I've just been a Drew fan for a while, is because he has that same sense of dry humor, like that Kevin Owens has. Like, he's like, because, I mean, obviously. And then I think he has even more like charisma in the sense that like his board at work stuff, like there's just something special about Drew. And I'm glad that they're mixing him up with Cody. However, the problem that I have about this kind of thing is that we know they're probably going to keep the belt on Cody for a while, right? And Drew never seems to get his opportunity at the belt or his opportunity to be champion. And so it's a little bit of a a bittersweet moment for me in the sense that, like, I feel like if it leads to a Drew championship, I might be into it. Even if it's, like, back and forth for a little bit, you know what I mean? But
Mhm.
I don't think that that's how they're gonna tell that story, but and I think his storytelling was just hilarious. I was in stitches. I was like, "Is this Cody's fault?" Like, I just what? Just yeah. And then I also wanna touch on The Miz and Mello and Fraxium. So they brought The Miz back, and now he's teaming with Mello, which and he's being The Miz, as one is and does. And this week, they had a match against Fraxium, and it ended with Mello basically doing the work, and then Miz tapping him, doing his finishing move, and then, you know,
Picking up the
winning.
win, making it feel like it was
And
him.
then
Mhm.
but I had a thought because The Miz is always up to shit. That's what my thought is every time I see him. I'm like, "You can't trust that man." And so I think Mello's coming along to this vision and this thought process about The Miz, but I knew even last week when The Miz was like, "I'm gonna talk to, Aldis," and I'm like, "Nope." Don't let him speak for you. So I'm interested in seeing, like, what comes next with this. It was weird that they beat Fraxium, but I guess in the
Everybody
it was
can't win
weird.
everything all the time.
Right, but Fraxium here's the thing, like, again, when we start looking at the tag teams and the way that they were booked for so long, like, Fraxium was just, like, stars on the rise, and seeing them beat by Miz and Mello, knowing that they're not even really going to invest in the whole tag team situation, like, they're not gonna
Mhm.
be champions, so it's like, I get it, but
Or they
could this
may
have
put
been,
them
like, a
as champions to
more
make him turn on him.
Huh?
I'm sorry. They could have made, make them champions to have them turn so then Miz can turn. Because I feel like Miz always turns once they're champions,
Maybe, but I also think they ain't taking the belts off of, White 6. That ain't happening no time
which is
soon.
crazy. Cause
Yeah, that's another story. All right,
mm,
next match, we're gonna talk about the Street Profits and DIY because that one was chef's kiss. Anytime I get to see the Street Profits, I'm excited. And but I do have one note
okay.
here of
Okay.
curiosity.
Ooh, okay.
So BFAB is now suddenly around the Street Profits a lot more again. But
Mhm.
what does this mean for her tag team aspirations with Michin? Is that like just bye bye? Like, is that just something that we're not going to get? Because I was like, who the hell else is challenging for these tag team women's championships? Like, I mean, I get it in a way because you got Michin and BFAB, and
Mhm.
then do you put them against Alexa and Charlotte? I
Mhm.
mean, who else is there? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm
I mean,
like,
we need
the
to
her
have
service, I
something.
guess, but like, I just need more, and I keep saying this, I need more development on the tag team front. We just don't have enough, and it's crazy. It's crazy at this point that there's not enough. But I will say, as usual, the match was a banger. It was fun to see B-Fab mixing it up with Candice because you know how much I love Candice. And
Mhm.
I'm really starting to be really into B-Fab too. So I mean, I thought it was an excellent match as usual, but like it just I don't know what purpose it served in the gist of things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was
I
great
mean,
though.
or maybe it could have been, yes, she could be still being tag teams with
We haven't
Mention,
seen them
but
together.
I know. I know.
Also, what I'm about to tell you next.
Okay.
So now that we're talking about Meechum a little bit, she's been trying to get a title shot from Kiana James from Julia. Now we haven't seen Julia, but Kiana is doing all the talking, clearly.
Mm.
Which I mean, so Kiana approached Tiffany this week and was like, "You want to hire me and Julia, obviously, to watch your back." And Tiffany was like, "Nah, I'm good," as a Tiffany does. And so Kiana James was basically like, "A mistake was made," basically. So we'll see how that develops. But I think Michin is aiming for Julia right now. But they're pushing her off as almost like little sistering her like they did EO, except, you know, it's a little bit more like not giving her the right number, like they're playing it up a little bit on social for a little bit of comedy. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Okay.
All right, let's talk Raw, which I think we were already doing when we were talking Carrion and him. Well, Now that we've discussed our well wishes for Naomi, what do you think is next for this women's championship? Because we already know she was getting ready to face Stephanie in Paris. So what do you think's happening?
Well, if they're going to follow suit like what they did with Becky, they gave it to
Money in the Bank?
Money in a Bank winner. And I think
But that was
Stephanie,
Naomi,
because
so
yeah, but I think with Stephanie being the number one contender, she should just get it.
you think she'd
I
just
don't.
be handed the belt?
Well, that's what
Well,
that's what
see,
happened with, and I get it. She was a Money in the Bank winner, so it just made sense. But we
but
didn't
I
know she could have been
also
going for somebody else.
I would challenge that thinking because remember that was also during the pandemic, right? So
Right.
I
Okay.
feel
Yeah.
like that
Okay.
was a little bit of a special case
Okay.
because yeah. And even then it was hard. Like I was just getting back into wrestling. So I was like, I'm not sure why you just hand over titles these days. But and I don't love that. You know what I think it would be a good opportunity for? A tournament.
Well, I was about to say that. I was about to say that maybe they still have Stephanie at Night of Clash in
Paris.
Paris, but have a tournament on Raw or however gauntlet match, and whoever wins at the end of that is the one who's facing. Because I also don't want them just to give it to EO, and I don't just want them to give it like automatically now it's EO and Rhea. Like there's other people,
Yeah. But the
so I feel
problem
like
is
that's what they're going to sit
this
here
is
and
the
just
Raw
do.
title, right? And so I'm
Right.
like, but I do think like this is an opportunity from both sides of the company since we haven't done a draft, right? And
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm like, well, I just feel like, however, I guess you could talk junk about Tiffany not really having no title defenses right now either. Well, her and Jade mixed it up last time. And then who else was arguing with her and Jade? I
But
don't
that's what I'm
remember.
saying. Right now, it seems like it's
It was
Naomi made her title. So it made it to where she was defending. Like the moment she got it, she was defending. Like it was
right.
like
She was.
so, and I don't remember. Of course, y'all could correct me if I'm wrong. I don't remember if Tiffany got it. All of a sudden, she was defending like that, or if she was just defending against Nia Jax. Like I don't
Well, her and
remember.
Nia went back and forth a little
Right,
bit,
but as in like rightfully so, because I expected that to happen. Because Nia's gonna be like, you pretty much stabbed me in the back.
which, oh, that's the other thing. And Nia's currently busy in
Right,
NXT with
in NXT
Lash,
with
right?
Lash. So this is where I think it should be a gauntlet match, and I think it also shouldn't just be somebody from Raw. I think we should go ahead and bring
Open
some
it
of
up.
the NXT girls up. Shoot, I mean, if we're doing NXT and TNA, why can't
Oh, somebody from TNA come through? You
and
know
they
what?
take
I don't
it?
really
And now
hate
we
that.
got now we got a battle of everything,
I don't hate that. I think that is a great opportunity because I'm like, I really don't hate that. Like,
and
I
like
think that
and
they're,
then bring the inspiration over.
ooh, yes, that,
Go
especially that.
against Alexa and Charlotte. Now that's a good.
That
That is a
would
good
be good.
match.
Yes, that would be some good stuff. I do
And
agree.
the pop will be ecstatic wherever they go. So if you bring Charlotte and Alexa over there, pop.
Ooh, yeah, either
If you
way.
bring them over here, pop. Or make them go to NXT. I'm not understanding.
I
Okay, I'm
know.
sorry.
I know.
I'm gonna go on a whole
Same issue
tangent.
we keep
I'm
talking
trying to stay on
about.
topic. I was gonna go on a whole tangent. But what I
Yeah.
think should happen, I mean, initially what I was saying, it would go to Stephanie. That's what I'm thinking. But if they are going to be strategic about it and not just hand it based off of the circumstances and things of that nature, then they
Right.
should have a gauntlet match and don't just
I
put
don't hate a
anybody in there.
gauntlet. I mean, I don't
And
hate
don't
a
just put
gauntlet
anybody
match.
in there. Like really be strategic. And I don't really want to see Io or Rhea right now. They had their opportunity. They both failed. Let's move on. Back to the line they go.
I mean, I think so. Now I
And don't get
remember.
me wrong. I like them. Don't get me wrong. I like them. I love Rhea. I love Rhea.
She
I
said
love
back
her.
to the line.
And I appreciate what Io does. But right now, Io and
Yeah, she
Asuka is
busy
having their own little thing going on.
with
Like
that
they're having
amazing promo Oscar did on
yes,
social. By
absolutely.
the way,
Talking about, she was a senior and now she's
I
not the
was
senior. I'm so
like,
sorry. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, like, life happens.
I loved
But
it though.
But I also, because I'm like, they have their thing, and all I can see now is if, let's say, they just go, we're going to give it to Io and Rhea, y'all going to do this again. And then now let's say Io wins, right? Because,
I don't want that.
Rhea has it, right? Now we're going to have her going against Stephanie, and let's just, hypothetically, they give it back to Io. Now we got Io and Asuka going for it. Why?
Okay. No, I don't want that. I don't
But
know
that's what
what
I'm
they're
saying.
doing.
That's how I'm
Yeah.
looking at it from that perspective, where we're going to, because you're already having a storyline here. Now you're gonna put here, and like now y'all scrambling, and now because she's a favorite right now, we're gonna put her here, and then now we're gonna do this for what? Let me see a good match between two people who I would have never seen a match against.
You know what? I agree with you. I agree with you. I'm just like, what? I always wonder about this, and this is where the Intercontinental title gets a little bit weird because they haven't been defending that as much either. Like it's either or and never like
Or they're with the same
and.
people, and it's like,
How do we
move
mix things
on.
up? Yeah. I do think Tiffany, her reign is about done. I don't know if they don't know where to go next or what to do with that next. But like that's my issue right now with both the women title pictures is that like Naomi stepping down leaves Stephanie, which is great. Stephanie is amazing. So I'm like, I wouldn't, like you said, I think a gauntlet match or some type of tournament makes sense, but we're a little close to the Clash in Paris for that because that, surprise, surprises do surprise. So I was like, a gauntlet I think is an excellent idea. And I think you mix it up with the Bailey and you put like, even though she's going through a bit of an identity crisis right now.
Yeah, I
And
saw
I
her
can tell
promo
you
too,
where
and
to
I was
lean,
like,
girl.
oh,
I
okay.
need you to lean to the role model side. I need you to lean that way. You know what I'm saying? And create something new. That's why I need you to lean. I need you to be not so nice anymore. And so I just need you to lean that. I could help. Just lean that side if you needed someone to help you
Or even act like
weigh the pros
Naomi's
and
on
the
the phone
cons.
with you, telling you secrets. I saw somebody talking about that, like they can make Jim a big heel. I said, "Hey, I'm with that one," but then I didn't repost it. But I almost. But
You
I was like trying to let Naomi, like, let her breathe. She just, But I was like, but if she wants to do something on the back end,
I'm just saying,
be
like,
on the
and
phone,
then,
just
you got
talking
to
nonsense
remember
to
Liv is
everybody.
still out, right? So we got Liv
Yep.
still out. You got all that Judgment Day drama still building with Dom doing Dom things. Okay, shout out to Grande Americano. And I haven't said this yet, and I'm going to get to it in AAA, but he's
All
killing
I
it.
know is when
He's
Chad comes back,
killing
he better
it.
not go back to Chad.
He can't. He
Let it
can't.
stay. Let it stay.
Mm-mm. He can't go back because Ludwig has made this his very own. He speaks multiple languages clearly, or at least knows how to pretend well enough, and sings. And I mean, that's unstoppable. I was like, this is brilliant, and I love what they did with it so far. All right, so we're still posturing. We don't really know. I know Stephanie is probably where they want to go with the women's title, which I don't hate. But we also haven't seen her in a little bit, which I'm
I
like,
realized that too. She's been posting, but I'm like, well, where you at?
where you at though? That's what I mean about not having enough time to tell some of these stories. We
Or
need
it could have
some
been the fact
more
that once they found out
about
Naomi was
Naomi.
pregnant, then they kind of had to shift. Because remember, she was calling out Stephanie.
Yes, she was.
Listen, I will never forget how they cut off that promo
Yes.
and went straight to a commercial. They was like, nope, nope, nope. We ain't going there. We ain't going there. And what makes this bad is that I wish I was there in the stadium to finish hearing the promo. Because I'm pretty sure she was saying some crazy nonsense.
She was. I get it. And
what makes it worse is understanding that she was hormonal. So who knows what's really going down her mouth.
I'm not going to say that it's unreasonable. I'm not going to be unreasonable and be like, they need to have a solution right now. But like, you need a solution right now because,
let's not do last minute stuff.
It's coming. It's very fast. And so you need to kind of figure it out. But I do think, like you said, I would like to see some more contenders that we haven't really spent any time on. Like I said, I know that Bailey's having an identity crisis, but like, is Lyra finally moving away from the IC title? So should we? I don't necessarily want her to be champion though, but I do think she put on a great match with Stephanie. So I'm just like, and not just her, like Natalya, not just Natalya. Hell,
okay,
Natty.
can we get Natty?
I love Natalya, but can I sign up for Natty and Natty only?
I need the Natty. I need the one that's be going over here to all these different shows and be showing and kissing and fingering and be like, and like I was expecting when she put Becky the thing, I was like, you going to give her the finger? And then I was like, dang. dang, man,
No.
dang.
I just
You
need a
know,
whole person. I need a whole shift where they
I
get
need a
to invite
chef.
that
She
in.
needs to stop
So yeah.
being the godmom in the thing, and like everybody can't keep playing that role of
No.
trying to bring everybody up. Like,
And I love
cause
that they mentioned that certainly on AAA. All right, so let's quickly, briefly go over the Braun Breaker and Jey Uso Extreme Rules match.
well,
First of all, I forgot to mention this. Paul Heyman's promo at the top of the
mm-hmm.
show where he killed off Tommy Dreamer. Sir.
And then said he wasn't dead. I know he's not dead, but he
I
should
knew
be.
he
Whoa,
wasn't dead.
whoa, whoa. Why would you put that in the universe? Some things, it's one thing to be a promo, and the other part is to be like, yo, you crossed the line. Did he owe you money? Like, why would you say that on
It might have been the
live
other way
national
around.
television? And on top of that, this is supposed to be our partnership with TNA. So they're not even, I can see if they were on AEW and you were talking shit. Okay, fine. But they were on TNA. There's a partnership happening.
It was funny. It was because they were in Philadelphia, and it was funny as shit. And so I was like, shout out to Tommy Dreamer for being alive. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, my
You're
guy.
my favorite ECW wrestler, man.
You ain't deserve that. You ain't deserve that. So, but it was great to see Roman. I mean, anytime we get to see him, some LA Knight, some CM Punk, it was this little drama-full situation with all of them was just, it was hella enjoyable. I will tell you, I was laughing watching like LA Knight and the CM Punk of it all. I was like, y'all can't get along. Jay, like, I don't need nobody. Like,
I mean, ultimately, this is the gist of it, right? So you have LA Knight pretty much like, I
yeah.
do this on my own. Like, what you saw last week was what we did last week. I don't, nah, we ain't friends. I ain't your buddy. You stay over there. CM Punk is like, I'm just trying to be everybody. Like, I'm just trying to, when we get to class, and they're like, nah, keep that over there. Then you go to Jay, and Jay's like, yo, Oos, I appreciate you, but I don't need you. And he was like, okay. But then CM Punk was just like, I was just trying to make sure we all make it there. I don't understand what's happening. I was just trying to make sure we
It
all
was
made it there.
interesting. It was interesting to see him in
It
that
was
role.
interesting.
Like,
Yes, of trying
really?
to be like, I'm trying to be your buddy. I'm trying, like,
I was like, this is
even
why he's like, I'm not a team player. F all y'all.
like I'm trying to be a team player and y'all keep shitting on me.
Right? It ain't winning. You do
But in
know one
essence,
surprise I did like. We're gonna have to move on
what?
from that in a minute, but before, go ahead. I'll let you finish.
Okay. So I mean, but in essence, too, Jay is in a pickle
Cute.
because you got your cousin over here who's
Yep.
your blood, and you got your homie over here. They don't like
Not
each
their
other.
blood. Yeah.
So it's
No.
also like when y'all do try to help each other, then you got them two sitting here talking bad junk, and he'd be like, at some point you getting tired of keeping the peace. I just need you to stay over here, and you gonna stay over here, and nobody gonna be intertwined nothing. Okay.
Yes. Fair.
Go ahead.
Fair. I was hoping he would get at least one pair of shoes back. But no.
Oh man, Roman was talking that junk. I was like, I definitely posted. I said, you better tell him, you better let him know. And it wasn't even that. I was, don't hate me, people, because sometimes I don't watch everything right at the moment, okay?
No.
Because I'm a mom first of all times. But when I did see him saying, nobody taking these shoes off of my feet, and I was like, I was ready to say, and 1 moment later. And then I watched it and I was like, oh, okay. He didn't take your shoes off. You just talk shit.
Didn't.
All right, cool. All right,
Yeah,
I don't
no.
need to do the 1 minute later.
No. He made it. With the shoes. I was proud of him.
I said, because clearly he's collecting them like they're collectibles.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I didn't get a chance to say this last week, but him and these shoes, they remind me of when you put them over the.
We talked about that because I said it.
Right?
I said, it's like because it's a disrespect. I'm taking your shoes. It's disrespectful. It's disrespectful to take your
It needs
sneakers.
to stop happening. Just needed to
And these
stop.
are not some like rinky dink sneakers, okay? They cost some money.
Yes. Yes, they do. And I was like, not cool.
I'm pretty sure they custom too, because who knows what size Roman really is.
Yep, don't know.
Why
All
you
right.
making that face? I wasn't taking it there.
I don't know. And I'm like, I'm not about to find out. Like, I love you, but that's not my business. All right.
I wasn't
So
gonna take it there.
good. I appreciate you and I'm
Okay.
proud of you.
Thank
That
you.
shows growth.
I respect.
Thanks. All right. The return I did appreciate was Nikki Bella.
Listen. Listen. And she actually looked good, but she came in with a vengeance. That felt like
Yes.
that was you want to talk? It was like all that stuff that was bubbling in that she couldn't really say because she was probably in shock. Like, wait, you really said that for real? Like, because they also say how they go off ad lib sometimes too. Not everything is a strip script. Like they ad lib, you be like, wait, did you say that? So to
Yeah.
have her come running out like, nah,
That John
let me
Cena
give you
situation.
let me give you all this energy right here that you should have got the last time that you didn't get. Becky didn't know what to do herself. She was like, wait, what happened? I was like, girl.
It was a lot, and it was fun, and I love Becky as a heel. I really, really do. And so her and Seth are just, I don't know what it is. They just make really great heels. And I really have been calling for like a heel couple for WWE forever.
Mm.
And I really felt like Karrion and Scarlett would have fit that bill.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because there's so many freaking couples in WWE. Like, come on. But anyway,
Mm-hmm.
like I felt like they would have fit that bill. But since they decided to move on from Karrion for whatever reason and
Mm-hmm.
Scarlett, I really would love to see them like solidified. Maybe not necessarily as like maybe I'd love her to join the Vision, which really that's the name we're going with, y'all. That's the name of the
You know
faction.
what they could have went with? The suggestions I said.
Yes, they could have. But all right, I mean, I would love to see Becky part of the Vision because I always feel like they always missing a female, first of all, in these factions. And then also like they gotta stop her getting high speed randomly. You know what I'm saying, girl? You got to start being able to back up some stuff. And we saw you get beat up with Lyra quite a few times. Now Nikki coming in, racking attacking. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? I
Attack.
just
Rack Attack 2.0.
2.0, and it looked phenomenal, Nikki. Just shout out to you. It looked amazingly dangerous and everything. So just saying. I enjoyed her return too, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
glad to see where they're gonna go with. I am excited to see what Becky and Nikki do together, especially when you mentioned like you want her to have that smart mouth that seems to be missing. So
Mm-hmm.
let's pick that up, Nikki. Let's pick that up because Becky is someone else.
I mean, she definitely gave us a little clue. She was like, loser. I said, give me vintage Nikki Bella and the Bella twins. You a loser. Loser. Sorry. That's all.
Yep. So briefly, Xavier Woods and Penta. That was a good match, but I think it's weird how they're booking Penta right now. I'm not sure what the hell's going on right now. I don't know if they just put him in a mid card and kept him there. Like, I know he fits anywhere because I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Penta, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But like, it's weird. And I was kind of sad not to see him on Triplemania too
Mm-hmm.
this time because I enjoyed it so much previously. So I just assumed. And now Grayson is going by G instead of E. So now there's three of them. He did look hot this week in the black.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
I will always love what Woods and Kofi do together from a morning perspective because chef's kiss on that. But again, this is what I mean. They just seem to run out of time on the show to tell all the stories. And then, of course,
Mm-hmm.
my favorite part, almost my favorite part of the show was Mr. Iguana
I love me and Mr. Iguana.
and Dragon Lee versus the Judgment Day. But again, that takes us back to what I was talking about with Dom seeming to separate himself a bit. And then multiple daggone Grande Americanos. Like, it just seems like there's a lot going on right now with all the things. And Dom seems to be getting a little bit closer to him than his own Judgment
Yes.
Day. And but the one thing he has kept solid and consistent is his love for Liv and how that he misses her. So that's interesting. Even with Roxanne
I'm
cozying
gonna
up.
say, I think he's
He
doing that
was
for.
not even well, now we're gonna talk about AAA. So let's move on.
Okay.
My headline from that event was
Okay.
Dom is the star of the show. And I don't know who doesn't know it yet. That was my headline for Triple Mania. Like, it was his fatal four-way with Vikingo and other people whose name I can't remember right now because honestly, like I said, Dom was really the star of the show. like ups and downsies, 100% the star of the show. But it was such a good match. And Dom, again, keeps coming into his own. He keeps owning the matches that he's in. He keeps owning the space that he's in. And it's nice to see him outside of the Judgment Day stuff, even though, obviously we have Judgment Day interference. That always comes.
Mm-hmm.
But he really seemed like he owned his greatness in that ring. And it's remarkable to see. AJ Styles showing up was awesome. The kind of petty, again, I F with the petty. I F with flying all the way to Mexico just to ruin something for you.
I mean, someone has to.
You know what I'm saying? It's awesome. And it was a nice surprise, I think, even for the audience. That match was probably one of my favorites from the entire event because it was just such watching Dom in his glory with the people cheering him on, which is like, what the hell did Vikingo do? I want to talk about that for a moment, briefly. If you want to just tell me, I mean, I heard some murmurings on the internet. This has something to do with Alberto Del Rio, potentially. But y'all go ahead and explain to me what the hell Vikingo did to go from cheer to get the hell out of here. We only want Dom.
Oh, wow.
Because even Rey Mysterio couldn't help him. It was dapping him up and he's like, nope, you could just, the fans didn't care. They cheered momentarily and then they just moved on shortly after. But that match was vicious and fantastic. And it was great watching them break the English announce table for once instead of the Spanish announce table. So
that's true. I do have one little whiff, though.
Okay.
Can we stop having Dom disrespect his dad?
Why?
I think at some point it's getting redundant.
I mean, it's been redundant, right?
It's been redundant, but I feel like even watching him do it at AAA, it was just like, can we get over it? Can we move on? Can you be Dirty Dom without having to constantly keep disrespecting your dad?
I don't think so.
Really?
I say this because Ray is universally loved. So that was his easy ticket to the, heel journey, right? That was his
right, but you're already
easy
there.
Ticket. Oh, you know
You're
what?
already
Now
a
I
heel.
remember who was else in the four-way. Sorry, y'all. I remember now. It was Vikingo. It was Hijo del Vikingo. It was Dominik. It was Dragon Lee, and it was Grande Americano. Which again, like I said, I was focused on Dom, but obviously it was fun was had, and Dragon Lee was fantastic. I mean, really, really, really good. So I didn't want that to go unnoticed. But yes, back to Dom. But yeah, absolutely. I understand that it's redundant. And I think about it sometimes when he talks about it, this is kind of old. We all know you hate your father.
I think it was just the fact too, during your promo, you were Judgment Day, and then even having Judgment Day sitting here doing the disrespect, and I'm just going, at some point, when is enough going to be enough? Because you're already a heel.
Good question. I don't know.
It's not. I understood in the beginning because you're trying to be heel and you're trying to turn from babyface to being heel, and you're the best and you got this. I get it, but at some point, can it just stop?
I mean, I don't think so.
I mean, maybe you don't have to. I'm not saying you got to talk to him or whatever.
You just don't want it to.
Every time you talk to him, you have to be so blatant and be disrespectful, and then having other people be disrespectful too. I guess maybe because I'm coming from a different era and understanding, and I understand that these are staged and these, is written in, but it's still I
get it. You're a little over. I think
enough's enough. Yeah, I think enough's enough. That's all.
That's fair. The other thing I love, they had this kind of battle royal.
Yes, in the beginning. Mm-hmm.
Which was outstanding. I mean, it was outstanding. The face-off between Omos and Microman had me crying. I was crying at home, which is amazing because, again, I was very sick at the time. So I was crying. I was silently crying this time and not yelling, but it was still happening. And then, of course, it was great to watch Otis make his appearance.
Mm-hmm.
But the interesting thing was that I didn't know Omos had been in Japan. And that he'd apparently been a tag team champion or something. And I was like, we haven't checked in on him. I don't think that he's been mentioned. I didn't know where he was or what he was doing. I was shocked he was still under contract, to be honest. I just was shocked. So that was really great. I enjoyed every bit of it. All of the, you know how I am. I love all of Triplemania anyway. I love all of AAA anyhow. But like, it's so much of just a different flavor of wrestling, and watching our favorites kind of bounce in and out and seeing them adjust and having them adjust, even having Mr. Iguana come over to Raw, which was also hilarious because I was real confused. It was fun having Dimonito make his appearance, the puppet from
I did not like how he did my iguana. That was not
me either. I was like, I'm still waiting. As we said, I'm still waiting for that
And if
to
y'all
become
give us
available.
a Demonito before you give me a Mr. Iguana, I will riot.
I'm pretty sure Dimonito is also now out on WWE Shot. So
How is that out before the iguana?
I don't know. Sorry.
We wouldn't have a Demonito if we didn't have Mr. Iguana and the iguana.
I know. I don't know.
What they call the iguana again? I forget.
La Yesca.
La Yesca.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm upset about it too. But what I wasn't upset about was Conan being inducted into the Hall of Fame, because it was so nice to watch people be given their flowers that way. Especially crossing over with his industry-wide experience and seeing, like, I remember him, you know what I mean? I remember him from ECW, I remember him from WCW, and so it was such a, like, heartwarming moment to see him and to hear him, because, you know, he was also on the commentary team, and Corey did an amazing job once again, and so it was just so much fun. I mean, obviously, the World Tag Team title match, poor Angel and Bertona lost their titles. Where the hell was Santos?
Not there for the family.
Dude, what? Wasn't pleased about that. And then we found out there's another one. They're going to hold another Worlds Collide on September 12th. So we don't have long to wait for another event. So
Yeah,
super
they're just
excited.
stacking them up here.
They are. But I almost forgot to talk about Natty's match, because I'm so sorry. That thing.
Listen,
She was
first off,
Natty and not Natalia there. And
First off,
she
I
was
liked her
giving
gear.
it. She
Okay?
was giving. She was
She is a
giving, I
legend.
will beat your ass. Like, yes, she was giving. And even more so, she was angry at the end of the match. She was still giving, I will whoop you down. And I was impressed. And again, further emphasized that we need her energy on that main roster. So all in all, Kiara, A++ for AAA. As usual. You know how much I love it. And like I said, Corey did an amazing job, and so did Conan as well.
Kudos.
And JBL, because the fact that he compared, who was it, Dominic he compared to Nelson Mandela? I don't even know. That was another moment I will never forget. Because what the hell? It was really funny. All right, let's unpack NXT, because this week's NXT had a lot happening. Right?
I just want to say, Trick, you a fool for your
Dang.
For your meme, your post
His ex post
with Evans flying in the air. I wasn't prepared. I didn't. You know, granted, we were always talking about how, ooh, he flew. Oh, whoa.
He did fly.
But for you to sit here and put, I believe I can fly, exactly at the moment when we all like know the song was hollering, there was nothing I could say. My mouth dropped.
Not your mouth dropped.
I mean, it did, and I put my head back and started cackling. Like, it was like, yeah, that was kind of crazy. Yeah, cackling.
Yes.
Whatever.
I mean, his ex post was equally crazy. Long live the king. I mean, like, are you serious?
I mean,
are you serious?
I just want to say, I feel you. You're really feeling yourself. I get it.
As you should be.
But
I just want
as you should. But you didn't have to throw that man like that. You didn't have to throw him like that.
That ground really hard, y'all. And
was it payback for what they did to you the week before that, when they kind of threw you over and was that payback? Because I mean, technically you landed on your feet, so I don't really, and you seem like you were proud about it. So I'm not sure, but that wasn't cool. I'm just.
It wasn't cool. Mm-mm. But I do love that he's number 1 contender now as we head into Heatwave.
Yes, and he's going against
Obafemi.
I wanted to say Omas because that's how big.
This is why I tried to help you, and you still said the wrong thing.
I
It's cool.
did, but
It's
it was
cool.
just like that was the name that was in my head.
I'm just trying to help.
I'm so, you know, I'm.
It's fine.
I
It's
mean,
fine.
overall, I mean, Jordan. I like Jordan's segment with. I ain't gonna lie, Blake.
Blake.
I guess maybe because I didn't watch you, which came from AEW. I don't really know too much about you, but to me, you don't know how to. I don't know. I think
You're not
Jordan could whoop
impressed?
you. I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed with them. I'm not impressed. I'm not really impressed. I think they were just trying to figure out a storyline. I would rather them have built them being friends more, and then her turn on her.
I keep saying that was 5 days of friendship. That must have been the
Like,
most amazing 5 days of your entire life.
because it don't make sense for you to be that mad,
No, it does not.
and it was only 5 days.
Exactly. Agreed. Because I said
You
the
could have
same
not
thing.
been that invested.
I agree.
So yeah, but I do like. Um, I was also very impressed with Lola Vice. At AAA too.
Yep.
Um,
I talked about Mr. Iguana. I did not talk about her. That's messed up. She
no,
was
but I
great
mean,
too.
I'm talking about it because I mean, you know, her, Kaylani, and Jada,
Now them.
they chopping that, they chopping it up. I mean, but I think it's also good to see 3 different type of personalities because Kaylani, she can wrestle, but she seems so soft and reserved, and then she's like, yeah, you be like, oh, sit down, you ain't gonna do nothing. Sit over, sit over
That's why there
there.
was little sister in her.
Right. You know, sit like you ain't gonna do nothing. Sit down. While you have Lola over here, like, nah, what you want to do? And you got Jay like, I'm with the shits. What's up? What you want? So it's good to see those 3 different type of personalities going at it together. And I know I think I'm speed rounding this, but also I ain't gonna lie. I think I'm starting to get a little impressed with Fatal Influence. I don't.
Yes. Made me, not Jada, JC, made me eat my words when I was watching her on Emergence because looking at her work, she was like, you will not tell me I am not that girl. And I was like, you are that girl. I'm sorry. I didn't realize how talented you were, and I apologize. Do I still think you should be champion? I mean, yes, but I do think you are worthy of a championship. I just don't know that that would be where I prefer you to be. I don't know where else I would prefer you to be either, but that's not the point. The point is, I'm gonna give her kudos because my girl was amazing. And I just was sitting here like, oh, she said, you about to
Put some
respect
more
me.
respect on my name
And
because
she
I'm gonna
right.
show y'all why they said it was me to have these 2 titles.
Mhm.
I mean,
I can
I ain't
admit I
saying
was wrong.
I ain't saying I believe in the vision of why y'all did what y'all did. But what
No,
I'm saying is
I see
I'm
it
slowly starting to get impressed
slowly.
by them.
Faster or slower than Jade?
Probably faster. Now
Oh
hold on. Don't
God.
hate me. Don't hate me because I think if Jade was an AEW, I think if Jade went to NXT, I'd probably be like, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Just unhelpful. Anyway, the point is, I can admit that I was a little wrong because JC, you ain't no joke, sis. And I already knew that Fallon was good, but like, all right, Jasmine, I see you too. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. I still don't think this faction works because I don't know why yet. It just doesn't. But I will say JC has certainly stepped up her game after beating double champion, and she looks like a champion now. So I can say that. I still hope she loses that belt, but doesn't mean I don't respect your reign, queen, because you doing the thing. Okay? That's all. That's all for me. Ready to unpack some TNA? So this is from
Mm-hmm.
Emergence. Finally, I know y'all, it's a lot going on. And we not done. We still got AEW. So Trick Williams, he retained his TNA World Championship, which we already talked about. What do you think of his match with Moose?
I mean, I think to me, watching Moose is incredible. Now, granted,
Mhm.
there was a move that happened. I was like, Moose, are you okay?
Yes.
Are you okay? Because I remember seeing you. You seem to maybe, but I think the fact that Trix keeps winning, I don't know where they're going with this.
You really don't?
I don't. I don't know who they're gonna make him lose to, but I could tell frustration's happening that he keeps winning
Yes.
because they just want their title to come back.
As anyone would. Okay.
Like, this is not NXT. We are TNA. And you got our
That's not
title.
the developmental brand. You know what I mean? Like,
But
fair.
I mean, that match, I mean, I was impressed by the match.
It was good. It was really, really good. And I think Trick looks fantastic as a champion. I don't know. I think it just makes his star go up to me more and more and more. But you're right. I'm not sure where it's going either.
I'm not quite sure where everybody's going here or what's happening. But either way, I'm still impressed. I'm happy that they had that because even that was coming off of the match of when all four of them had to work together. And to watch that dynamic and watching, it was like, yeah, y'all can coexist. And watching the match, like I said, I mean, I'm impressed by Moose anyway. And to watch two powerhouses come up against each other, because technically, Trick is a powerhouse.
He is a big man. Yes.
Okay. Having these two go against each other, I'm not going to say I'm sorry to watch, two fine specimens. Anyway.
Okay.
Let's just say.
Enough said. Enough said. Oh my. Okay. All right. Sami Callihan retired after losing his street fight to Mike Santana.
I know.
And I thought that was a beautiful send-off for him. So
until they went backstage. Then I don't know what the hell that was.
Okay. Also,
until they went backstage. And it was like, listen here, you Triple H / Chapo / wannabe. I don't know who you are, but you need to get your life together. You too old for this. You got way too much gray hair to be acting how you acted. And it's the one time I was like, thank you, Joe, for sitting here stepping up. Because, I can't stand you either. But, no one had to say your name for you to step up. That's what I'm saying. Just saying.
Mustafa's match. Oh my God. And I got to try to remember. Mustafa's match was great. I thought it was fantastic as usual. He got to stop taking these bumps like this, though, because my guy, that scared the bejesus out of me.
What doesn't scare the bejesus out of you?
You might be right. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong at all. I'm saying that thing.
That's a mama right there.
I was like, that is a mom thing. And I don't know. Like, to answer your question.
Like, stop doing that. Can you stop doing that? This is what you get when you keep doing that. You're going to get a concussion. Can you stop? I ain't take you to the hospital. Go sit down somewhere.
That was she said. So, yeah, I'm sorry. Perhaps that is the mom in me.
That is the mom in you. Because I'm sitting here going, every time you're like, I can't. They need to stop. I'm like,
oh, well, you ain't heard nothing yet. We ain't get to AEW yet.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, it's been a recurring thing. Every time they'd be like, I don't know, but I was worried. Concerned.
I was concerned.
They hit their heads. Awful. I don't know what's going on over here. They act like they house playing in my house.
I was also concerned about Javon, to be fair. So those two had they had my nerves this week. I was like, oh God, this is a lot to go through. I also think that's what happens when you watch that much wrestling in a week. I mean, it was a lot. And so, yeah, there was a few times my blood pressure was a little sensitive, okay? As should be. I care about humans. I'm sorry.
I mean, I care. I care.
Sorry, but not sorry because I care about humans. Anyway, other great stuff happened. Anything else you want to talk about from Emergence? Oh, Leon Slater and Cedric Alexander. Ooh.
I was about to say, I mean, that was a good match. I mean, definitely him doing AJ. Did he do AJ Styles' move? Yeah, he did. He did AJ Styles' move on him.
Styles Clash, yep.
That was a good thing.
Cedric is
Cedric is amazing.
Really fantastic.
I can watch him wrestle.
He's great, and I think he's underrated in a lot of ways. I used to think the same thing when I saw him in WWE in the Hurt Syndicate. Is like
Mm-hmm.
the first time I thought he was good, but then he just got better and better and better. So eventually, when they like took the belts off them, I was kind of sad because I was like, "But he's so good." I don't understand.
You want
I
to know
don't
who I wasn't
understand.
by?
Who were you not impressed by?
Ali, and whatever that match was with him and whoever. I wasn't impressed.
I liked
Oh,
Ali.
Matt
Cardona?
Cardona. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't impressed
Seriously?
by that. Yeah,
What was not
seriously.
impressive? I mean, I liked
I don't know.
Ali in that match. I can't.
I don't know. I can't touch it, but I wasn't that impressed. Like, I mean, it was a good match, but I wasn't like,
Okay, that's fair. I'd love to dig into that a little, but you don't got nothing. But the Elegance brand, I'm sorry. Y'all know how it is. The Elegance brand was really great, especially their continued situation and coming over to NXT. I mean, I like this partnership. I don't know how many times I have to say it, but I really, really like it.
not
I
only if they can
love
sit here and
that
bring inspiration over.
they can go back and forth. I know, right? Like, please, can I request the next person? Because I have thoughts, and they should be honored. All right, time to move over to Dynamite, which I know you did not watch.
I did not watch, but you can tell me about it because I'm pretty sure. I mean, okay, hold on. I saw clips. I
Okay,
don't know if it was Dynamite that these clips were coming from or if this
okay.
was from the other show.
Well, first, I want to start with MJF and Hangman Page. You see any of those clips?
I don't know who that is.
Okay, MJF is the freaking best heel in wrestling.
Okay.
He is so diabolical that, like, I've thought this for a long time, but, like, seeing him again in this whole Hangman Page situation. So in the segment on Dynamite, which, was yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
he used a beaten down Mark Briscoe to force Hangman to agree to his terms for the match. So last week on Dynamite, Hangman Page got MJF by like signing this contract for Forbidden Door for a world championship match. Hangman Page is a champion, right? So I'm not sold on Hangman Page. I'm just going to be honest and tell you that. I
Okay.
do think he's good. I don't know if I think he's great, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And so I know who I'm going for here. So this week was all about him getting some accommodations because last week he got duped into this match, right?
Okay. So he
And
was
he
trying to pretty
has
much get conditions.
basically like a Money in the Bank, except he run the Casino Royale, and which is kind of like that. They can cash in a title opportunity at a future date. So one of the
Okay.
accommodations that he got Hangman to agree to was that he didn't have to use his title opportunity. Sorry for this. So as funny as that is, he is just diabolical. Like, I am not kidding you. Like, if I'm going to get you to watch some of his stuff because I think you would understand like the level of vitriol you feel when you see
Mm-hmm.
him. Like, he is remarkably good. And even you can tell like he's gotten a ton of acting roles. He was also in Happy Gilmore alongside Becky, a few others. But and he was in that other movie, Lion Claw, something. Lion Claw. Anyway, about the Texas Tornadoes family. Carrie Von Erichs, the Von Erichs. Sorry. You're not going to help me come up with this because you didn't know. But the point is, like, he is diabolical. And
I'm like, I don't know what you want from me. I don't know
yeah, I'm
what you're
sorry.
talking about.
You're like,
You're
I
looking
have
at me
no
like,
idea.
give me something. I'm going,
Nope. Can't even. This is why I need someone else to bail
my
me
brain
out.
was like Lion Den. I don't know. Like, he was in the
No.
movie with Idris Elba. Like, what do you mean? I don't
No.
know.
Not yet. Not yet
Lionheart?
there.
I don't know.
Okay. No. But the point is, so Hangman had to agree to this to save his friend, Mark Briscoe, who was of the Briscoe brothers, where his brother was tragically killed a year or two ago. They were huge tag team in Ring of Honor and several other places. There was some talk about them coming to WWE, but there were some things in their background that didn't pass the smell test. So they didn't make their way to WWE at the time.
Not the smell test. What?
It didn't. You know how
You
WWE
mean the drug
is.
test? Just say the drug test.
No,
They
I
didn't pass
didn't.
the drug test.
That's not the drug test. I meant like when I say the smell test, I mean
Yeah,
like
what you mean? They
backgrounds.
stank?
No, I mean the backgrounds and like, you know,
Oh, they were in jail.
stories and no, there was some kind of controversy about previous statements on the internet that were potentially racist,
so they
I think.
racist.
Potentially. I don't remember. I'm
Oh,
sorry, I don't
okay.
remember. But what I do remember is they were fantastic tag team. Now, do I know what was said? Nope, sorry. Been a while since I read that. Don't know. Anyway, he's friends with Hangman Page. And so it was fun watching MJF mustache twirl his way into what he wanted for this match at Forbidden Door. Then, but that's not even how this crazy thing started. This thing started with like, you don't know who these people are, but you do know who Mox is.
You're just
You
giving me a whole thing.
Because you
like you're crazy.
Listen, Moxley's crew, the Death Riders.
Okay.
You know some of the people in there. You have Mox.
Kinda. I know Mox.
You have Claudio.
I know there's a girl in there somewhere. I don't know.
Marina.
I don't know these people's names.
I don't know. I know, but Claudio, you do know him. He was. My memory is not playing games.
He's Cesaro?
Yes,
What?
That's crazy. Anyhow, yes. So Cesaro, you know him. You don't know.
He was the bar.
He was in the bar with
Sheamus,
who we love. Yes, that was awesome. They were a great tag team. But anyway, they're considered the Death Riders, right? And so there's this match, a lights out steel cage match with more people you don't know, but that's fine. I'll just tell it for people out there, with the Young Bucks and the War Dogs. And they had this insane like brawl. They had Marina. Osprey took Marina over his shoulder. I told you she's like the bodyguard. She ain't no joke. Took her over the shoulder in the back, brought her back in a body bag. Was going to throw her off the stage. It was insane.
In a body bag? See, why? I don't want to watch that.
It was so good. They didn't throw her. She didn't go nowhere. She was...
The fact that they put you in a body bag.
Well, you would have to understand the point is, it's going to be a lights out steel cage match. But it was insanity for real, because when he put her in a body bag, I just wasn't. All right, so we'll talk about a little bit about Adam Copeland and Christian Cage. Also, you know, formerly
known
Edge.
as Edge and Christian. What?
They had a reunion. They're finally on the same-ish page where, you know,
how long that gonna
Christian
last?
Is also... It never does. But Christian, they were just in a feud, in fact.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Is like another one of the ones who's just a fantastic heel. Like, I don't know what it is about him that makes him just... He really... I don't know. And he, like, within the, like, reunion, he managed to piss off the audience. I was like, I don't know what's happening here. But anyway, Copeland said, he's my asshole. You know what I mean? I was like, okay, whatever you need. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like my man. He's my
But
asshole.
my favorite line was from Christian, and he said, I'm perfect just the way I am.
I mean, someone gotta believe in yourself. You gotta believe in yourself.
I love that for him. I love that for him. And their deal is that they're going to team up against FTR, who you
were telling me in the beginning.
Yeah, they were the revival in WWE. And now they're FTR. And they have turned on Copeland. And then Copeland, also known as Cope, is going to help.
Which also reminds me of how Judgment Day turned on him and then he left.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, yeah. Same storylines, just different people. Got it. Okay, go.
Not exactly. A little bit more vicious. But anyway, the point, a lot of concertos.
I just said it's the same storyline, but just a little different.
Yeah, but there's a lot of concertos. Like, I think Christian got concertoed in the air, last I recall, like in the air. Anyway, the point is... I know, it's fine. He's helping him with his Nick and Kip problem. So that's all you need to know.
Okay.
And then Killswitch returned, who used to be aligned with Christian Cage. He'd been gone about a year, probably due to injury, but he came back and he attacked Christian. So, you know, as to be expected, because Christian was a TBS champion or whatever, and then Christian just basically took it. I mean, it was a situation. Anyway, but the thing I have been waiting on, because, you know, the reason why I've been watching AEW is to get aligned with the women's division. I really wanted to get into this. And so I was watching Mercedes, formerly
Now,
known as Sasha.
okay, but is this when Tony Storm sniffed her?
Probably.
I saw that clip and I was like, well, and I
Yeah,
was like, you know
did
what? I
she
like
stick her
okay.
or did she lick her? I don't really know.
No, it looked like she licked her, but she sniffed her. She went like a whole line of coke.
And then she said,
Okay,
get
sorry,
in.
that was
Okay.
not
Oh
nice.
my God. This is definitely going to be rated mature. Okay. Crazy work. All right. Anyway, this is going to be rated mature. But yes, she basically sniffed her and said, get in my belly. Is that what you're talking about? Is that the clip
Yes.
you're referring to?
Yes.
Yes. That is, in fact, what happened. And
Okay.
there are a couple takeaways I got from here. Athena and Mercedes are some great ass tag team partners. I mean,
Well, I mean, I used to love her. She was Amber Moon.
yes, but Athena has also been a Ring of Honor women's champion
Yes, I
for.
saw that. She beat somebody. I guess who they were tag teaming with. She
And Mercedes did, I believe.
and then Sasha, Mercedes was out was out there talking to somebody else. I don't know who that was from.
Yeah. So you
Uh-huh.
have a good gist of this then.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they were great tag team partners. The second thing I took from this is Athena is a warrior because the way she did that suicido, I was like, girl, you just almost killed Alex Windsor. Almost killed that girl. I don't know who Alex Windsor is, but I think I should know because girl was something in that ring, especially with Mercedes. Looked really good. Last takeaway, Tony, stop licking people. No sniffing people. Stop that. Please. Stop that. Oh my God.
I just hope they smell good while she's doing these things for
She
real.
said
Because
she smelled good.
she did, but even going back when she was in the crotch, it was like I'm hoping it wasn't fire crotch and it stank, and we were just all bent. Like that's crazy. Like I would be very conscious of those things. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Censor me now.
I don't know what to say. I can't laugh. So if y'all hear me go silent, it's because I can't laugh because my voice can't handle that right now. But it's so freaking funny that I'm gonna have to stop talking or I'm gonna try and laugh, and God knows what that was like. So time for the speed rounds. My sister has been on one. Obviously, we cannot miss a week again because you are on one. We're gonna start with NXT Heatwave. I didn't even talk about Ethan Page and Chelsea this week. You know what? Bump it. We're gonna start with Ethan Page and Chelsea Green versus Tavian Heights and Tyra May Steele. Girl, hey, she's on NXT's Heatwave. Who you got?
Even I have not Chelsea.
Tavian Heights and Tyra May Steele.
Yes, I was about to say so. I'm like, I know her name is Tyra, but it was gonna come out some other way, and no disrespect, so that's why I said quiet. That's what I got.
As much as I love Tyra May Steele, I'm gonna go Ethan Page and Chelsea because
they're gonna probably cheat. Mm-hmm.
I just love them together. They're a comedy team, so that's who I got. Sorry. But all right, next we got Jordan Grace versus Blake Monroe. Who you got?
Part of me wants to say Jordan, but the other part is going to say Blake because she's just petty.
Who you got? You got to pick a side, girl.
All right, we don't get no money in this, so I'm going to say Blake.
I agree with you. So, because I just love Blake. I don't know why. I'm sorry. I have no answers. All right, we got an NXT Tag Team Championships. Hank and Tank, who are champions, versus two members of Dark State. I haven't even talked about Dark State because it's a lot to say, and I didn't want to. I'm
gonna say Dark State because I didn't expect them to win against Trick and Javon and Moose and Ofemi, but they sure did. So I'm gonna say Dark State.
There's a lot of delicious looking people in Dark State, so that's where Kiara's going.
Oh, you can say that, but when I was saying it, it was like
you were saying it a whole nother way. Okay?
I said I was not. You just said there was delicious people.
Anyway, so we're gonna go NXT Women's Championship #1 contender match. We got that 3-way: Jada Parker, Kalani Jordan, and Lola Vice. Who you got?
That's a tough one because I want to say Jada, but I feel like they're giving her a teaching tour, and she ain't going to be the #1 contender. So I'm going to go with Kalani.
Okay. I'm going with Jada because
and watch Lola wins because we went with the two other people.
I know that's right. Too bad we didn't have our sister here to pick the last person. Cover us out. All right, TNA Knockouts World Championship. We got JC Jane versus Masha Slamovich versus Ash by Elegant.
I'm gonna go with JC because she's gonna cheat. She ain't given that title up yet.
Yep. Same. I'm going with JC too because now that I've gotten on board with her being champion, I'm like, oh well.
It's not even about me on board. It's just I just know your MO. You're gonna cheat.
It's not
Or
even
you're gonna
that to
start
me.
cheating and then you win by yourself. Like that's
Well,
how
here,
it's gonna start.
yes, it could be that way, but I also think about the fact that she faced Masha already and won.
Mhm.
And then Ash, I mean, she also has her girls, so she could also help her cheat. But I still think that they're still keeping this Knockouts World Championship for a little longer.
Yeah.
So, all right, championship.
Okay.
Obafemi versus Javon Edwards. Who you got?
Obafemi. I love you, Javon, but you're not about to be Obafemi.
I'm gonna say okay, this is hard. This is really hard for me, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Because you love Javon and you love
Do.
Obafemi. I know.
do.
I know. You gotta pick one. Doesn't matter who you love. You gotta pick one.
Not fair.
Nope. Do what you do me. Pick one. We don't get paid for this. And we don't win nothing. So just pick Javon it is. Okay, moving on.
I didn't ask you to pick. I got it. Thank you. I'm gonna pick Obafemi too because I just don't see anybody dethroning him. I keep saying that, but as much as I love Javon, I'm trying to think of like where Obafemi would go after this, and I've got nothing. I was like, does he? I don't think they're ready for him on the main roster.
Know what they should do? Have Ofemi after this. Have Ofemi go against Moose, and Moose takes the championship from him. And now we got NXT championship on TNA, and now we got one up. Hey,
they would get one back. You know what I'm saying? So I understand. I would get that. They would be like, we got one of your championships too. So yeah, I still am trying to figure out where this is going. Other than, I definitely love that because we're sharing brands, I think it's helping both everybody's numbers. Because I mean, I admittedly had not watched TNA prior to this, and now I'm like, how can I watch TNA weekly? And then for NXT, like, you never know who from TNA is gonna hang out.
Now I gotta. Well, it's not even that. You didn't really get me on NXT. It was once I went to see TNA, then it was like, well, wait, I have to watch now because now y'all doing too much crossing over. So, you know.
All right, we're doing our speed round with Forbidden Door, which will be 900% easier considering that my sister's just going to pick one. So
I am. I'm just going to pick.
All right, so let's do Adam Copeland and Christian Cage versus Nick Wayne and Kip's. So I don't know Kip's last name. Sabian, maybe?
I'm going to say Edge and Christian. And and then I'm going to say Christian's going to turn on Edge after he win.
I'm also going to say Cope. Not Chris. Cope and Christian.
Cope. Yeah, see,
because
that sounds too crazy.
Yeah, the rated R superstar still lives there, just not, the X word or the edge word. So I would say, yep, I'm going with Cope and Christian on that one too. All right. Then we got this crazy ass lights out steel cage match. How do I phrase this for you?
It's okay, so it's Moxley and his crew versus somebody and somebody. I'm going to pick Moxley and his crew because somehow they always do something crazy to win. Okay.
Good job. Good job. I'm so proud of you. I'm going to pick Osprey's crew because Omega's in it and Darby Allin's in it. Yeah, that's what I'm doing because we don't get enough for winning. All right, TNT Championship. Sorry, I ain't talking nothing about Kyle Fletcher and Takahashi, but both very good. So.
Okay.
I'm going to go with... I'll go with Fletcher for the hell of it.
Okay.
We'll just split it. All right. And there is a 4-way. So this is the other thing I was going to tell you. There's a 4-way for Mercedes TBS Championship.
Okay.
This is one reason I think you might be psyched about this. So we have Mercedes versus Alex Windsor versus Persephone. And
the one that you mushed?
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't see that clip. And then a soon-to-be-named stardom wrestler.
What she look like?
We don't know. It's to be named. We don't know who it is yet. So here's how this works. It was supposed to be like, this is the forbidden door of it all.
I'm going to go with Sasha.
Mercedes.
My bad, Mercedes. My bad.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Mercedes too.
Don't kill me in the comments, homie. Don't kill me in the comments. I'm so sorry.
You know what I'm saying?
Please don't kill me in the comments.
I keep trying, y'all, and y'all see me trying.
I accept that you're not coming back to WWE. I'm sorry.
Thank you. We could just move on with her life now.
What did I call her? I called her.
I'm calling her Mercedes mini belts. That's who I think.
No, and I called her. I knew. I said write it down because I said it, and that was the thing. You were supposed to write it down.
Was I sick?
Collectible Monet.
Yep, it was Monet Collectibles or something.
Monet Collectibles or Collectible Monet.
Okay,
that's a good drink right there.
Oh my God. Okay.
I mean, she was on the thing. She had tequila. I'm with you. I'm with you.
Who don't like tequila,
posted that.
girl?
I love you. Okay.
But yeah, I'm going with Mercedes too because Mercedes mini belts will not be failed by anyone else. All right, we got Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, the Hurt Syndicate, defending their tag team titles against the winners of an eliminator tournament. I don't know who that is, I guess. So maybe that'll be happening that day. I don't know.
I'm going to go with Bobby Lashley.
I'm going Hurt Syndicate because, never really bothered me anyway. And then we had Okada versus Swerve for the AEW Unified Championship. I'm going to pick Okada. I'm not going to tell you why. I'll tell you why off air. All right, we got
wait.
Zack Sabre.
To the microphone.
I have some issues with Swerve and his lack of respect to the Black community.
Yeah. Okay, I changed my answer.
And Black women in particular.
I changed my answer.
Okay, so we're both going with Okada.
Yes.
Yeah.
You gotta remind me. I'm sorry. You gotta remind me who he was.
I was. It's cool. Anyway, and we got the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, Zack Sabre and Nigel McGuinness.
I'm gonna go with Nigel.
I'm gonna go with Nigel McGuinness because that's the only person I know who it is right now. Sorry. All right, and then we got Toni Storm versus Athena for the Ring of Honor Women's Championship. I take it back. Let me say it again. I'm gonna say it's for the AEW Women's Championship. So I say Toni keeps it. So yes, I'm going with Toni. Who'd you go with?
I'll go with Toni because Toni's gonna do something stupid. It's gonna throw her off.
Okay, and the last match, Hangman Page versus MJF for the AEW World Championship.
Hangman.
You can say Hangman. I say MJF for the win. But you know what? Actually, no, I take it back. I'm going to say Hangman Page 2 because of that stipulation that they just added where he doesn't have to use his title shot, which tells me that he's going to need it in the future. So that I would have made that a secret stipulation. Therefore, I wouldn't, we wouldn't know who might be winning. So, all right, we've been through a lot today. And we made it. It's a really long episode, but we was hanging with you this whole time. You got to participate in our hijinks, and we missed you. So at this point, we want to remind you that if you are still smitten with us after this long episode, please hit that subscribe button so you won't miss not 1 second of our content. We want to remind you that you can follow us on the various platforms: Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Threads, X, and YouTube, obviously, where you may be watching this. But we also have a community on YouTube, so feel free to share, post, join us, for your chats. It's where you'll find out lots of stuff. So where can they listen to us, Tanesha?
Well, our new inquiry is Apple Podcasts.
That's right.
And to answer the question from earlier in the episode, my brain went, you press follow. You know why?
You press follow on Apple.
Because I followed. I follow. So you following? Okay, you follow, we follow. Then you sit here and you're going to listen to us on iHeartRadio. You're going to also sit here and listen to us on Pocket Podcasts. You're going to listen to us on Amazon Music, Amazon Audible. And you can see us and hear us on Spotify. And make sure you rate us 5. Because anything underneath that is unacceptable. Because we give you way too much joy and laughter.
And we're happy to be with you. Absolutely.
Always.
We also want to remind you that you can visit our website, maineventmamaspodcast.com, where you can get all the latest content and our blogs, because we're turning them in and out like crazy. They're everywhere. They're each week. You want to catch up with Naomi's blog? That's where it is. You want to hear about trade school versus college. You can find out that too. You can get our recaps, which this episode will have a nice recap in the blog that reminds you who our picks are. So you can see who was right and who was wrong, which that's why I put it here for perpetuity. And also for the one time that I will actually get everything right. And my sister won't. We'll see how that goes. Fingers crossed. I'll have bragging rights if nothing else.
Oh my God.
That being said, again,
also, you can follow. Wait, were you
Yep.
finished talking about the website?
No. Yes, I am now. I guess I am.
Well, technically, no, because you can still sit here and leave us a voice note respectfully. Right. I'm going to keep reminding y'all that respectfully. Okay, because if not, I will blast you respectfully. Also, you can sit here and request to be on our show. Depending on what you offer, you may be the lucky winner. Then, Jesus, this is, you would think this is a late night, but it's not. Also, you can follow us respectfully on our public Instagram pages. Me, Tanesha _Mama Pod, Kiara, Mama Pod. Also, you can follow her on Twitter at Content Vixen with her sexy chocolate drop self herself. You cannot find me on Twitter. I'm just on Main Event Mamas, okay? And to wrap this up, then we love y'all. Thank you for rocking with us.
100%.
And we definitely going to make sure you vote. We're gonna have the name for our new live stream shortly, so please vote. We want to hear what your thoughts and what will make you want to watch us live.
Yeah. So like she said, we wanted to announce that we are going to have our first live stream coming soon, but we need your help to name it. So you still have a couple days on X, on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook, on Threads to get your vote in for which name you like. And I know you want to know what they are, but you're going to have to find the post. Sorry.
We're not about
that's
to
the
tell
hook right there. Yeah. What are we thinking? What will happen at our live stream that happens quite late at night? Well, you're going to have to stay tuned to find out.
And I need y'all to read. Don't give us the names you want us to go with. Go from the suggestions that we have picked.
Yes, please.
Thank you.
We appreciate your ingenuity and your creativity, but we really would like you to pick one of the 4 options that we specifically made available in the poll. It will also be in this episode's poll, so don't worry. It's here for you too. And with that, we want to say we're not new to this.
We're so true to this. And this was Main Event Mamas.
Bye.
Girl.